So here's a little story I found. It's kind of a out-of-place, spur-of-the-moment creepypasta thing I found. It doesn't really have a lot to do with what the original subreddit thread is about, but seems kind of scary. So, I thought I'll read it. The Reddit users I'll credit this to are Hithazel. Some of these are kind of... The weird thing about usernames is you don't really know how to pronounce them well, unless you actually ask the user, but then again they won't know either. So it's Hithazel, Hazel, something. And the bulk of the story is written by Penis Full of Blood, in all caps. Lovely username there. So, everyone who ever had a Furby totally understands the concept of Uncanny Valley. The Uncanny Valley is when you're positive that the face your Furby is making means that it's going to murder you in your sleep. Now, if you had one the year they were released, then you will understand the absolute struggle parents went through to find one for their kid come Christmas time. Unfortunately for my parents, they had 3 kids. Christmas morning comes, and lo and behold, all 3 of us children receive a Furby. Our parents had raced around town for weeks to multiple malls and stores to find them. How I found this out, I'll explain later. A brown one for my sister, black one for my brother, and a white one just for me. Week goes by, and my older sister realizes she really is too old for hers, so she puts it on my shelf next to mine. Then my little brother can't really comprehend what's so cool about them, so does the same thing, puts his in my room as well. I spent the next few weeks teaching them my name and trying to get them to do something actually entertaining, but more and more I started to think they just weren't the technological marvel everyone chalked them up to be. Late one night, I heard something. One of the Furbies woke up. It was saying my name in the middle of the night. I looked over and saw it wide awake myself. It was singing a song and shouting my name in a synthesized computer fashion. I pulled the covers over my head and forced myself to go back to sleep. Next morning, I took out their batteries and went down for breakfast. Went ahead and told my mom the Furbies were acting strange, and I left it at that as to not hurt her feelings. That night, I went to bed with a pair of scissors beneath my pillow. As an 8-year-old kid, I was confident they would attack me in my sleep. Then it happened. The black Furby started to shout my name again. This time it wasn't alone. The others had joined in and started singing lullabies in a chorus. In a flash, I leapt out of bed with the scissors in hand and stabbed the demons on my bookshelf. Now, there really wasn't much of them to be stabbed aside from the cheap furry fabric covering them. They were mostly plastic. I ended up cutting off their fur in the heat of the moment just to feel like I was the dominant being. I stabbed the blade into each of their digital voice boxes to muffle their screams. I left their carcasses on the floor and went back to bed. I was asleep within a minute and woke back up in what felt like a second. That morning, my mother was standing over me, holding the mangled Furby corpses in her arms. I tried to explain that they had come back to life even after I took out the batteries. The answer was obvious. She had replaced them while I was at school. My dad lectured me on the money I'd wasted and that I would have to pay them back, but my mother decided on a better punishment. For the next year, I had to keep the skinned, filleted bodies of those goddamn Furbies on my bedside table. Every night, like clockwork, they would arise from their slumber and sing my name in a chorus of digital cries.